Open, little owl, come fly into play. Another owl, farmer owl, a garbage collector, a firefighter or custodian, and a nurse. We got all of the owls to fly into play. A crow, they all fly away. Watch the area go away, and the crows will fly away. Hi everyone, we have a brand new story for you all. Introducing Who's Who, illustrated and created by GoGo Speech. In this story, your kids will get to meet 14 different owls as they fly in one at a time and land on the tree branches. Each owl will represent a different job or occupation, and your kids will have so much to talk about. This is a simple story that can be great for spontaneous language, describing, formulating sentences, articulation, requesting early language skills, and more. It's very repetitive, so you can use repetitive phrases and verbal routines throughout to get lots of trials in for the goals you're working on with your kids. It's complex enough to get a ton of language, spending time discussing each of the owls that appear, but it's also simple enough that it can be used as a quick motivational activity at the end of a session. So now I'm going to show you what it looks like and give you some ideas on how you can use it in your sessions. We're going to open the magic doors. Open! Wow, I see tree branches. I wonder if there's an animal that likes this spot. So in the beginning, you can either be surprised when something flies in, or you can say, this is a special spot where cute little owls like to land, and you want to try to get as many owls to come out as you can before the big crows come out to try to scare them away. So like I mentioned, they're going to come in one at a time, and you can do something here to invite them in, so you can use language that addresses your kids' goals, or you can work on something separate with your kids as you wait for one to pop out. For example, if you're working on articulation, you might say to your kids that they have to say a word a certain number of times in order for a new owl to come, and you can tell them that they have to work really hard to get as many owls to come out as they can before the crows come to scare them away. So maybe you have some target words they want to work on, and they have to say it 3 times. Rainbow, rainbow, rainbow. An owl! You can greet the owls when they come in. Hi, owl. It's a mail carrier. Delivers the mail. Fly in. Go on the branch. So all of the owls have accessories or clothing that will help tell you which occupation they have. So you'll be able to talk about them as they come in, and you can describe them. This is great for kids working on describing or formulating sentences. This owl has a mail bag, a hat, letters, and an envelope. Hi, owl. Construction worker. This owl has a hard hat, a hammer, and wood. So as you talk about these occupations, you can talk about what they wear, where they work, when they work, what they do. You can see if your kids know anyone that have this occupation. Hi, owl. It's a chef. Come in, join us. So whether you're working on language or speech sounds, I definitely recommend pre-planning a structured sentence or phrase that you can say before each of the owl appears to get them to come out. So you might say, come out, owls, or come join us. Here, here. Who's next? Let's see. More owls. More. Another owl. A teacher owl. Then when they appear, you can say something like, hi, owl. Hello. Welcome. Take a seat. Find your spot. Join us. Get on the branch. And that will all depend on what you're working on with your kids. Another way to use this activity is to incorporate singing a song each time you invite an owl to fly in. For example, if you're working on the L sound, you could sing, little owl, come fly into play. Little owl, let's all play today. Another owl! And you can adjust the lyrics to that song based on the sounds that you're working on with your kids. A dentist owl. You have a farmer owl, a garbage collector, a firefighter, police officer. And you may notice that some of them have different emotions. So you can work on emotions here and inferencing with this. So each of the owls have an emotion, either happy, sad, or surprised. And your kids can identify their emotions, and you can even work on inferencing and thinking of reasons why the character might be feeling that way. So for example, the scientist is sad because she spilled one of her experiments. Or the doctor is happy because he helped someone feel better. And we have a librarian, a cleaner, janitor, or custodian, and a nurse. The nurse is surprised because his patient has a fever. So these are all of the owls. After all 14 owls fly in, you can say, yay, we got all of the owls to fly in to play. Then they're all going to look surprised. Uh-oh, what's wrong? I wonder what they see. A crow! So the crow walks in and clears the branches. They all fly away. Oh no! I wonder why the owls wanted to leave. Now you can have your kids think about different reasons why the owls may have flown away. Maybe this is where the crows like to sit. Look at all the crows. Or maybe this is where they live. Or maybe they don't like to share their branches. Now you can see the 3 crows watch the area to make sure that the owls don't come back. And you can go back and forth between these slides with your arrows to make them look both ways. So here you can have your kids say something based on their speech or language goals to try to get these crows to fly away so that the owls can come back. So maybe your kids will say, "Go away, crows, fly away, leave them alone," or "Leave them alone. We want owls, more owls, go away." And the crows will fly away and leave the branches back to how they were before. And that's the end of the story. So if you want, you can click to the beginning of the story, which looks just like this, and you can start the story again, inviting the owls back in to do it all over again. Come back, owls! The owl came back! Hi, owl! Go on the branch! Hi, owl! Welcome back! And you'll bring them all back to the branch. So another thing you can do after all 14 owls fly in, if you want, instead of moving through the story to get to the crows, you can actually move backwards and say bye to the owls as they fly away. Bye, nurse owl. See you later. See you next time. Bye, librarian. Go, go, go. Have a good day. Whatever you want to say as they fly away. So those are just some ways you can use this story with your kids, and I bet you'll have many more ideas as well. Now, GoGo members will also get access to some printable PDFs to go along with the story. These printables can be used in person, or they can be emailed over to the grown-up to be used in your virtual sessions. The first PDF is a printout of all of the owls that appear in the story, as well as a page with the tree branches from the story. So you can cut all of these out and laminate them if you want. You can use them as manipulatives while you go through the story. You can add them to the branches as they appear. The next one is a coloring printable, so you can color each of these items and accessories as you see them in the story. Or you can do this after completing the story and discuss which owls each of these parts belong to. Another printable is the Dress the Owl printable, and this one comes in color and it comes in black and white, so you can color it yourself or with your kids. So you can print this and laminate it if you want, and you can have fun dressing the owl either during or after the story and talk about all of the different owls and their jobs. And the final printable is a writing inferencing activity. So as you know, some of the owls are showing different emotions. So for this printable, you're going to have your kids pick 4 of the owls, and then for each of the owls, they're going to think of one reason why they may be feeling their emotion. And you'll fill in the blanks here. So for example, maybe they pick the teacher owl and they say the teacher owl was happy because the students learned something new. Your kids can also draw the accessories on those owls to match the ones that they picked. And you can print multiple copies of this page to do more than 4 owls. So that's it. I hope you all have so much fun with this story and get tons of language in your sessions. I'll see you all next time. Bye!